A little bit forward, Dudu. I am now joined in studio here by Chrispin Phiri, who, when he's not a non-voting delegate at the ANC's National Elective Conference, is the spokesperson for the Ministry of Justice as well as Correctional Services in the country. Chrispin, good morning. Very nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cool. Chrispin, let's start off obviously by getting an official response, I think, from the Department or Ministry of Justice to these charges or private prosecution charges that were laid by former President Jacob Zuma against current President Cyril Ramaphosa. Please make it make sense.
The simplest way of understanding this is the President is being requested to commit a constitutional impossibility, or essentially even break the Constitution, because the NPA are an independent body in our Constitution, and they have declined to prosecute a particular individual. And to request the President to go over and above the NPA's decision is really a flagrant abuse of process, but also it's literally a constitutional impossibility that we shouldn't entertain. But the President has said that the letter has been referred to the Minister of Justice. It had been referred, and indeed we also then transmitted it to the NPA, and the NPA referred us to a response that they had long given, the fact that they're not going to prosecute this individual, and that's their decision. So to charge the President for not intervening, in essence, it really smacks of a flagrant abuse of process.
All right. I'm not sure if you can answer this question, but I'm going to ask it nonetheless. Did former President Jacob Zuma have a certificate from the NPA, that says, well, we are not going to prosecute President Cyril Ramaphosa or charge him in any way. Therefore, here is, the nolli prosequi. Also, just explain to us what a nolli prosequi is, and try and please answer the question around: does former President Jacob Zuma have that certificate?
A nolli prosequi is a certificate in which the NPA say they're declining to prosecute a particular matter or prosecute a particular individual. And the point of emphasis here is particular individual. President Cyril Ramaphosa has not been charged by any law enforcement agency or by anyone for that matter. So there is no nolli prosequi specifically in relation to President Cyril Ramaphosa. The nolli prosequi that is there, I believe, is in relation to Advocate Phiri. That's the nolli prosequi that the former president would have in his possession. And that's the long and short of it. So a nolli prosequi cannot be extended to every single person that you think is relevant. The test is interest and substantial interest in the case. In fact, even the person who's bringing a case must have a substantial interest in this particular case. It also follows then that the people that you would prosecute would be materially related to that case. And in this instance, President Cyril Ramaphosa has got nothing to do with the work of Advocate Phiri or the decisions that he makes for that matter. Neither does the Minister of Justice, because like we keep stressing, in this country we have an independent national prosecuting authority, and that independence needs to be safeguarded so that they can do their work without any fear or favor against anyone for that matter.
All right, so you're not here as the spokesperson for the Ministry of Justice. You're here as a non-voting delegate at the ANC's 55th National Elective Conference. So let's put on that hat for me for a little bit. Let's talk about your role at conference for the next 5 days.
My role will be primarily assisting colleagues like yourself to cover the conference well. But also one of the roles that I really look forward to is the constitutional amendments process that will be outlined. And that's quite a significant moment in the life of any organization, where the Constitution really gets scrutinized, and we ask essential questions like, is this current Constitution fit for purpose? Is the current modus operandi or organizational design of the ANC fit for purpose? And what do we do to change that? And the constitutional amendments give effect to that type of a process. So indeed they are led by Comrade Ronald Lamula, the chairperson of the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee. And one would be really looking forward to those constitutional amendments, because they really speak to the character of the ANC, but also really scrutinizing how we go about changing this organization in terms of the types of areas of misconduct that would be required to define, possibly entertaining a membership criteria introducing concepts such as one member, one vote.
We'll get to those. Let me start off with this issue of, Chrispin, by now, at this point, we should have had the political report from the president, based obviously on the schedule, on the program that was given to us as the media by the ANC itself. Now, obviously, that should be at least of great concern for the African National Congress, that even its own conference cannot start on time.
No, there are a number of logistical challenges that we are experiencing at the registration process, but we have a very dedicated team who are working around the clock, and we will be able to redeem some time. Yes, indeed, we are behind schedule. It's undesirable, no doubt about it, but it's actually a matter that's a bit out of our control. The logistical challenges that they've been experiencing at the registration center have rendered this process a bit laborious.
Okay.
But we understand it's going to be flowing soon.
Okay. And then let's talk then about some of the constitutional amendments that you'd already mentioned. You spoke about one member, one vote.
One member, one vote. So some of I think NEC that has proposed that we should start looking at a completely new way of electing leaders in the ANC. So currently we have a delegate system to conference, but at a branch level, we vote for the leadership directly, one member, one vote. But beyond a branch level, then it starts becoming a delegate system. So conference will be required to really scrutinize that delegate system. It's a part of deepening internal democracy in the ANC and really ensuring that every member's voice is heard.
Obviously, the other thing is the controversial step-aside rule. Is there a proposal that it be a part of the ANC constitution?
Currently, the step-aside rule is part of the guidelines. It's a resolution of conference, but it's not constitutionalized. So yes, there is a proposal that we must now entrench it in the constitution. And also, since the NEC has been applying it over a period of time, now we can really look at how consistently it's been applied, what are the flaws, and how it can be strengthened. But yes, since it's a resolution of conference, it follows then that it should find expression in the constitution of the ANC as well.
All right. Chrispin Phiri, a non-voting delegate here at the ANC's 55th National Conference, elective conference at least, let me say. We will continue obviously to have these kinds of discussions, not just with delegates, but with also with some of the prominent leaders of the African National Congress at this time, as the party builds up towards the start of this conference that is already been delayed this morning. Dudu, for the time being, that's it from us from Nasrec. We hope to connect with you a little bit later.